Hello, everyone. Welcome back. What is this? TibiaME. Oh boy. I think I've done too much Star Wars recently. I mean, I haven't recorded a TibiaME episode in like weeks, so let's be real, okay? Yeah, welcome back to TibiaME. This was specifically asked for. Oh, my name is Xenius, by the way. I should just start over at this point. Keep the outtakes, keep the bloopers. My name is Xenius. Welcome back to the channel for TibiaME because I've been doing Star Wars far too much, and here we go. This episode was actually requested by people on the Discord server. It is still active. There are a decent amount of people on there and giving advice and asking questions and stuff like that. And there was one person in particular who was asking for a video on hunting spots. And I think I did one a while back, but I didn't watch it to see if it was any good. So I went ahead and re-recorded this one to kind of show you a little bit about the new offline hunting and also some spots that I use in Aurea, because I know that a lot of the stuff that I do, it's pay to play. You need premium, you need platinum in order to get to those spots. So I thought it would be a good idea to show you some spots on Aurea that are free to play, so that you can kind of beef up who you are and what you are. We're starting at Aurea City. I'm kind of trying to show you where you're going to be going with these quests. So we started out right underneath the Aurea Depot, and we're going to what's called the Gloom Shadow Forest. Now it's pretty popular, I think. I think a lot of people know what you're talking about when you say Gloom Shadow, but it's down here and to the left, and it's mostly comprised of wolves and bears. So it's pretty good for an early on character. I think if you've finished Libera, I think that you'll be fine in this area, because it's mostly wolves, and they only give like, I don't know, 8 experience, and I think they're 92 health, so they're fine early on. I think you encounter them on Libera anyway. There is a portal up here. It says Gloom Shadow Forest. It's an easy teleportation to and from the city, so if you ever just want to hunt and you don't want to walk it, perfect. There's a portal there. This is the first cave that you'll encounter after that portal. There's a bear or two in this area, but mostly wolves, so you can kind of easily avoid them and not have to worry too much about them. But there are more dangerous opponents in this area. So I'm going to go across here, and this area that I'm going down into is where the orcs reside. There's a bunch of orcs in this area. I think a lot of people do hunt in this area in particular because you can see it's very ran through, and you see someone walking through the spoils of war, as it were. If you keep going over to the left, I think that's where you find trolls. I think you can hunt trolls in that area, and that's a little bit more of a higher level type thing. You're going to want to wait until maybe level 30 or 40 before you go there. But if you keep going through the maze, you're going to find better areas that you can hunt that have more bears. I mean, obviously, if you're levels 10 through 20, you should be fine with wolves, maybe a bear or two in this area. My internet connection was lagging in this spot, so I wasn't able to get good video. But you are going to encounter a lot more bears, and I would say if you're like level 20-ish, that's when you can start encountering more bears. Obviously, these bigger areas, that's where you're going to find most of the bears, but the spot that I'm taking you to, that staircase down there to the right, that's where you're going to encounter most of your bears. So I would just be heavily armed and equipped there. As you can see right here, there's a lot of bears in this one area, so it's easy to get overwhelmed if you're not expecting it or don't know what you're doing or anything like that. So just be aware when you're in this area that there will be a lot of bears. So next spot that I'm going to take you to is the Orc Village. So we kind of started out in the same spot by the Aurea Depot, and we just went straight up. It's a little bit further away, if I remember. And so I'm just going to show you where to walk. All of these areas that I'm showing you all have portals at them. So, and they're very easy to find. Gloom Shadow was the one that was the most difficult to find, but all of these other ones, if you're just walking around the world, you're gonna find these portals. So don't worry about accessibility. If it's too far away to walk, you should be able to get there fairly easily. And I can't remember. I don't think Aurea teleportation is free. I think you have to have that bought, if I recall correctly. But so it's up here. That's where the portal is. It's called the Aurea Orc Village. You can actually buy items here. There's a shop over here to the left. I don't really know what's in it. And there's also a PvP area that's much larger than the one in Aurea. So these halls, the orcs are pretty spread out. You will encounter one or two people farming in this area. I think as long as you're level 20, you should be just fine and not have to worry about anything. They attack with hit and fire, so have a hit and fire defense here, and they're weak to energy and I'm pretty sure ice too. As you can see, I have an ice spell right there, Glacial Winds. It's my spell that attacks on all four sides of me. I just like to have one equipped, but I'm pretty sure they go for orcs as well. Now, the spot that I'm taking you to, it's called the Orc Trap, and you'll see what I mean when we get in there. But basically, there's just a lot of orcs in there, and you have to fight through them. We were very lucky today when I was recording this episode, because normally there's someone in here already clearing it out, but it was pretty scarce when players were coming through this area. I didn't encounter a lot of them, so I was able to show you exactly what the Orc Trap is, which I'm very, very happy with. But I would recommend this area, the Orc Trap, to be level 30-ish, probably, because it is really difficult. I mean, they're hitting a lot, especially if you're a wizard. I mean, they're you know, it's a lot of damage to get rid of them, so just be prepared for that area. This place is normally blocked off. You need some sort of code combination to get through this area, but you can also walk around here as well to get through and also hunt more orcs. I think there are level 2 orcs in that area as well. The last place that I'm going to show you is the Aurea Mines, and that's starting off in the same place that we started with Gloom Shadow. You're going directly to the left, and then you go until the end of this road. It's super easy to find. There's the portal right there on the road, but really you barely need it because it doesn't take any time at all to find. And then you'll take these stairs down below. Now, this is probably the most heavily hunted area. I mean, we're not even 1 second in and we're seeing people. They're crawling around this place, so I think a lot of people kind of go through this area. But minotaurs are all throughout this area, and they're a good resource of experience that are pretty easy to take out. So this first little area, there's going to be a lot of people. I think they're all kind of just scavenging for what they can, and they all kind of help each other out. So if you're worried about being overwhelmed, don't be. This place is crazy. They deal the same amount of damage, not the same amount, same type of damage as orcs, and they're also weak to energy. So you don't have to change your outfit or anything between the orcs and the minotaurs. You will want to bring a pickaxe if you want to go into this deeper area here. That area directly past the wreckage is where the level 2 minotaurs spawn, and then going down one level is where the level 3 minotaurs spawn. Now, I will say I think there are a couple bots that are in this area. You'll see here in a minute, you're going to see some players that are moving exactly like the computer enemies. See, they're taking one step at a time. They're not going fast like I am, and they're all moving in unison at the same time. So that's giving me the impression that those were bots in this area. They weren't actually people. I don't know. I could be very wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. But you see how I'm moving so smoothly? I'm not stopping every other step. That's kind of the sign that it's a real person, and that those 3 people were all moving exactly at the same time, one step at a time. So it gives me the impression that they are computers. So this last area that I went into, this is actually a part of a quest that you can do on Aurea. that you eventually have to fight this boss. So this area that I'm in right now, there's a boss in. I've already done it, so I'm not too worried about, upsetting, the timeline of the quest or anything like that. But if you go in here, you're going to be able to fight TibiaME. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. He is actually weaker than a level 3 minotaur, so you don't worry about, being hurt by him. He's pretty easy to defeat, and he gives you less experience, but it's still kind of cool to come in and fight him. So those are the 3 main areas that I hunt in whenever I don't have premium. So here's a little clip of me going through the offline hunting. Go to your main menu. There's going to be an offline hunting thing, and you can select one of these creatures to hunt. You can, so say the vampire, you can go in, say set target, and then you'll hunt it while offline. Sadly, I didn't have a hunting report that I could show you. I'll try to show you that in one of the future episodes that I have, just to show you, because I'm constantly doing it. So it'll be good to see kind of what a offline hunting report looks like. When I logged in this time, I think I had 49,000 experience and about 5,000 gold collected from that hunt. So it kind of gives you an idea of like how much experience you got, how much gold you got, and it also how much time you got. So I was at 8 hours and 59 minutes when I clocked back in. That's how much time my character had spent hunting while I was offline, which is really, really cool, because basically that means that I did 9 hours of hunting and I wasn't even logged into the game. So it's really, really cool. I really appreciate that they put that in the game, because then you don't have to have bots or anything like that kind of running your character while you're offline. So I really like it. I would really recommend it if you get the chance to do it. Do it. I don't know what I'm stalling around for, but I think you should do it. There are a couple of other places in Aurea that you can hunt. There's a spot in northern Aurea where you kind of go through this haunted maze or haunted house, and then you'll be able to fight a vampire boss, which is really cool. I heard someone say that you could only fight it during a certain time of the year, like it was some sort of event, but that wasn't how it was back in the day. So I don't know what they're talking about there. I'll have to check it out. I'm definitely nowhere near able to beat it now, so I'm going to do a little bit more hunting and more grinding before I even attempt it. But there's also another spot where you can fight Mantises, and we've kind of been fighting Mantises on Benunu anyway, so that is also a spot that you can probably take on if you're around the same level as me. I'm level 50, and Mantises are giving me a little bit of problem, but I'm thinking level 3 Mantises, the Mantises, should be okay here in the next couple of levels. So we should be okay to take them on soon. I might do an updated video once I'm later on in the game to kind of show you some higher level spots that you can go to in Aurea. But this is primarily for people who are just starting out, or they're kind of level 40 or 50 and below. So that way you're not going to die, and you can kind of get to a higher level quicker, because that's where all the fun is. So let me know down in the comments below if this was helpful or if you need any more advice. I'm going to leave a link to the Discord server down in the description below. There's still a decent amount of people talking on it and asking questions and advice. And there's a lot of people on there who actually know a lot about the game, like more than I do, which is really, really cool. And it's very, very helpful for me, because I'm not always on the server, so I'm not able to always field advice. So thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see anything else, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.